In 1991, great year, Manchester United were floated and became a public limited company by Martin Edwards, and formerly it was owned by him and his dad for generations and generations.
Louis Edwards.
We became a limited company, which meant that any man and his dog, including all of us lots at this table, could buy shares in the club.
Did it?
Loads of people. Everyone had like one.
He held on to them. Some people
like £2.
You got forced to sell them, didn't you?
Hostile takeover.
But some people
Once
just
the Glazers
held.
got to a certain amount, the Glazers bought your shares.
Compulsory purchase order, wasn't it?
Correct.
So you took shit.
So up until the mid-90s, every now and then Edwards would sell off like a percentage of his shares. He was the majority shareholder. He would always sell off a little bit of his shares. Sky, you might remember this, bought like 9.99% of the shares because they actually had holdings in United, Leeds, Tottenham.
Is this Sky B?
Yeah, they had about 5 clubs that they had a holding in, and you couldn't go more than 9.99%. Otherwise, then it became conflict of interest because I don't know what the fucking difference is, but that's apparently the difference. Sky then got rid of their shares. JP Magna and McManus, which is the owners of the Rock of Gibraltar. Honestly, this is like it's like a CSI map. This shit, innit? Like the owners of Rock of Gibraltar, who then fell out with Fergie, they owned about 34%.
Call spunk.
They owned 34% of the club. The Glazers at this time owned about 20% or so of the club. Martin Edwards owned a fat chunk, and then there was like 15-20%, which was like match going Reds or Reds around the world,
spread out.
And then as it got towards 2005, I think for about 2 years beforehand, anytime any percentage of shares came available, the Glazers kind of just went zoink, zoink, zoink. Then the big deal really happened when McManus and Magna sold directly to the Glazers, and then the Glazers became like,
and they wouldn't have done that
50% share.
If fell out with Fergie.
If Fergie
Woodward sold his share, now the Glazers own like 75% of the club, and at some point they reached a threshold by buying up like the £2 shares here, there, and everywhere, where they owned enough of the club to be able to just jack it basically from everybody else. Then they loaded it with £660
But that's a
million
disgrace in itself, because like what he just said, they loaded us with their debt, so their debts became our debts. So if they couldn't afford to pay what they owed the banks, we were fucked, not them. Yeah. And that was the disgraceful thing about it. They bought the club without their own money. And they were allowed to buy it. Proper fit, like fit and proper test, all that bollocks.
Rubbish.
Went out the window, mate.
If you've got a membership or a season ticket, you've literally put more in that one season than the Glazers.
Bring up that super chat, Cam, sorry.